But the reality is when you're running your program, the fundamentals win the championships. Great positioning, learning the basic concepts, and I know it's boring. It's boring as hell when you have to continually go over. We're working on bottom. Some of the Buckeyes watch the wrestling. Some people took neutral. We're working on it, you know, and it's been an issue. But we might do 5 weeks of it. You know, 5 weeks is it's monotony, right? They'll push back into them, seal them off. But that's what you got to do to be good. So single leg positioning. Again, if you have questions as I'm going through, I'll start rambling a little bit, just say, hey man, I don't get it, or what do you think of this, and maybe we can help you. Single leg, again, mechanically. As you can see, I'm a righty, so I high crotch his right leg, and I swing single his left leg. So mechanically, I'm going to put him in position. Again, when you shoot your single leg, you're always trying to get off center. I don't like to shoot straight up like this. If I hold him like this, you're going to put the weight on me. So when you go to shoot, whether you knee pull, which I'll show you how to do, or you're this guy, look how I'm off center on him. I didn't get right up the gut. If I was here, he'd put his weight on me and I'd be fighting him off here. Could be some issues, especially when you got a bad old back. So, again, going to shoot on him, my knee placement is important. You probably saw last night, there was a couple guys that shoot, but their knee was right out here. Look how far my knee would be away from him. My hand barely getting the back of his knee. Not good. What I tell our guys is what I like to do is that's my goal, put my knee in the back side of his ankle. So when he's scared crawling and I'm learning how to shoot, just because I know, look at my angle on it. I got him. You know what I mean? So again, knee placement, again, important. Knee placement, great penetration. Whether I'm getting backside, philosophically still getting up to my feet. So my lock position. Again, I know this is a lot of learning for some people that aren't used to learning. When I have my hands on his leg between his knee and his hip, I lock my hands. I lock them. If they go below his knee to his ankle, I call it wrapping. All right? So I'll show you the difference. Right here, I'm on his leg. I'm at the kneecap. Right? I'm right at it. My head has to be up. Shoulder pressure. My bicep is going to be on top of the stock. So when I drive up into him, again, my foot's not too close, not too far. When I drive up into him, my bicep's on top of it. You know why it's on top? Because if it's underneath, my head will be down by his privates. The stuff. So my bicep is on top. And then always moving him. Walk into him, throw your head and move him. Take the leg out. All right? So, again, mechanically, and I know this is not fun. Sometimes boring. But good swing. I'm a righty. That's on top. If I wasn't, we'd pop it up. All right? Head stays up. Weight again, always going on that foot. Always making him hobble. If he's standing, if he's on a single leg, and he's not moving me, and we're like this, he's not in that great position. My foot's still down. But the moment he starts moving me around, trouble. All right? So, lock position. I would say one of the biggest mechanics on a single leg is shoulder position. Because even when you're really good, if you've been kicking everyone's butt for a long time, when your shoulder's behind it, look how low my head goes. Right down by his waistline. I don't want it there. Even if I'm backside, it's one thing, which we'll talk about in a second. But even if as I start to drive up, I go like this. Boop, I adjust it. It should be slight discomfort right here. And then you can move, take it out. All right? Any questions on mechanics? There's a lot of mechanics in there, right? You had lock, you had your knee placement, you had lock, you had shoulder position, you had head position. There was a lot of things in there. It doesn't seem like much until you start watching your kids wrestle and you go, oh, you got a lot of issues. Shoot from too far away. You know, every time I watch them wrestle, I'm like, oh, maybe I'm Rain Man. You know, but, oh, that looked awful. Sometimes it's awful. All right? So, I want, before we get into a couple sets and take the leg out, just if you get backside, because you're going to have some kids that they're fast and they're good. You know, so he gets like this. And they get shoulder backside. You know, and the guy, you know, a lot of times they're always reaching like this. Don't have him reach for that. If the guy falls completely down, all right, get a free one. But I would say get him in the habit of this. Again, philosophically, getting to your feet. So I have a great, look at him, backside on him. So what I do is, again, I'm starting to drop below his knee, right? If I don't change my lock position, what do you think he does? They call it leg slipping, right? You leg slip. right? If I shoot and I don't change my lock position, this leg slip once. Here's what, no, so I'll do it to you. Yep, you just pull your leg out. Because as I do this, the leg slip. Happens a lot. Internationally, I see it all the time, all right? So as soon as I get backside on him, again, started to slide downward. I went, my left hand went to the instep of his foot. My shoulder went in the back of his knee. My right hand, again, goes in between his legs. And then I use my back leg to drive him up, and then back to where I want to be. But again, talking about your high school kids that want to do it the lazy way. Lazy way is just, you swing, the guy falls down, you're going like, put your leg way out there, you're going like this, you're trying to get it. Instead of just going, oh no, I gotta get up. Right? Then we just talked about that, you have to get up through them. So, if you have somebody that can really get nice swing single, nice knee pull, they get backside. Again, one more time, come on. Your backside, again, above his hip, lock your hands, below his kneecap, it's going around, all right? Hand goes in the middle, instep of his foot, post, and making sure you constantly keep your hips underneath. And as soon as I start driving in, my hand comes up. My forearm's gonna be on the instep of his foot. Why do you think I do that? Anyone have an idea why that forearm when I go to finish? Any idea? You got an idea? Here's why I don't do this. Again, he has lots of play in the kneecap when this happens. He can dive underneath. I don't want him to dive under because he can dive under. Look at, knee can go down. I'm upstairs. When you have his foot like this, forearms on the instep, there's no elbows to your hip. There's no diving under. He'll tell you the anterior, posterior cruciate doesn't move like that. Other arm's going to go quicker. Knee, step in. Here's another high school thing. They forget to step in, right? And they go like this. I don't know if you see that, but I see that all the time. I see about 1,000 kids a year in camp. And the reason, one part they're missing is this. It's like kicking a soccer ball. You have to step with your left to swap, right? He fell down, I jump on. Right? And that's simple. But they do forget this part. They forget to step with their left and then swat them with their right. They immediately go because they get excited and try to kick them. Step in like you're kicking a ball. I don't even let go of this until I hear two, and then I start calling up. So, we got some basic mechanics of single leg. To get backside, you can do your single leg. Now, you can use this for a follow-up move, right? Talk about follow-up moves. Can I just say high crotch? You step to the side, you step back. Boom, got him. Made that look smooth. Caught him off guard. Change direction on him. Same set we just did. High crotch, right? Push his elbow. What do? Again, I have to take my right foot and step outside. And I just did this with his elbow. I pushed it in. What do? He pushed it out. I swung. So, that's an easy one. Here's another easy one. When you're inside tie. Getting good at this. Inside tying them, and just being able to do this to them. When you fake, it has to be legit. If you fake like this, it's not legit. That's not legit. He has to think I'm coming, right? He got to know. I'll shoot. So, holds the leg back. Again, philosophically, shooting to the front leg, right? I would never shoot to the back leg, right? You have to shoot to the front leg. Either make it forward or shoot to the one that's up front. Fake the high C, step outside, swing. One more touch of a mechanic that happens. I walk into him, and I put him between my fat. That's how I trapped it, to slide back. That's how I trapped it to slide back. You just don't go like this. A lot of people get the swings in, I trap it by squatting down. Squat down, and then form my mistake. Questions? You good? Any questions? Any questions so far? You can elbow push them, you fake the high C, swing. I'll give you a couple of my favorites that require, just because, what time we done, 40? A couple minutes. And A couple of my favorites, some easy ones, you know. First, I'll show you the underhook throw by, and then I'll show you what I really want to show you. Because you have to understand this to get to that. You underhook a guy, you get off center, I snap him down, and again, this requires no risk. When I get him, what happens if I don't get him? He runs through and I miss him. Damn. I didn't run through and catch him. Nothing, right? There's no risk to underhook throw by. Now, the bigger guys do it a little bit different than I do. I do more with finesse. They're bigger, they throw their hip in more. I don't do that. I jam my hook, I reroute his head, I snap him down, and then when I throw this like a little windmill, and I do it with my hand, and I retract it, this hand catches foot. And watch my right hip, got him. Got him, he'll jump back into me, and back to where we wanted. Single leg, all right? So underhook throw by that's not the one I really want to show you, it's one of my favorites. This is really my favorite. Especially in freestyle, because when a guy with collar tie, I'd goad him into fighting for inside tie, because that's what you're taught, right? And that is right, you fight in. And what I do, especially if they really push on me, and so I fight inside, he fights, and all they do is when he pushes, I go like this, I grab his head, my thumb's up on his, higher than his elbow, and I get out of his way. Get out of his way, got him. So collar ties, and then he comes back in, and same. I fight inside, I get out of his way, got him. All right? And it looks easy, but he has to be pushing on you to do this. I want him to push. The guys that really go nuts on you and really collar time, all they do is get out of his way. One of my favorites. This one's one of my favorites too. Guys that go like this and are heavy with their face. Just because this is fun. And you learn how to pick them off the snap. As soon as he bounces and puts his head near his ankle, it's the only time I change my lead, by the way. I only change my lead one time. Most people didn't know that I'm a righty, but when I see him start bobbing like this, that'd be my time. And I'll tell you why I change it. I change it because the follow-up move to my ankle pick is the double leg. Follow-up move to this, if I jump and I get excited and I miss him, he starts bringing his head and I'm like this. I bring my right leg in. Follow it. That's the only way. That's the reason why I'm not righty. It's the only time, like I said, if I catch him like this, great. And to be a good pick guy, you got to be higher than him. If he's higher than me, no good. Got to shoot my double leg.
2 minutes.
And again, it's just a little penetration step. Pull his head down. You can do this. When people are lazy in their stance, and you just pull him under head, and he goes down. Let him have it. So, we got some high crotches, a little bit of single leg, underhook throw by, collar tie, single leg. I'm going too fast for this, let me know. The last thing that we're going to mess with, we got 1 minute. I think I heard a 2 minute mark. Is this, learning how to re-attack the guy. You know, it's more an advanced skill, but it's good to teach him that. They'll eventually get it, but it's a timing thing. Mike's a righty, he's gonna shoot. The good thing about re-attacking is you gotta have your head in the way. He shoots, my head has to be in the way before I take off on him. You have to get him on the upswing of a shot. Just shoot a penetration step slow. Right? When it, boom, he's gonna be on the upswing, that's when I need to shoot. So as soon as I see, when I hear that little click, that's when you get him, right? There ain't no setup to it. It's just staying in good position. To do it very well though, you have to make sure that you're on the same quadrant of the body, right? If he shoots this and my head's on this side, can I really get that left leg? I said I wanted the upswing, right? I have to do this. Yield, yield, yield. Did I do that? Yield, did I circle? Boom. You have to get your head on this side. If I split him down the middle, I want that leg. So I have to get on that side to gut him. I can't shoot cross body with my head in the way to get it. The other part is, if your head doesn't drop low enough to protect your legs, you won't get it as well. My head has to, when I see his head drop under mine, I go, uh-oh, here he comes, here he comes. Let it work, all right? Any questions?
That's cool.
I know you guys wanted your lunch. Hopefully it was worthwhile. Thanks, guys.